Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, welcome. Happy New Year, happy 2023. My name is Jess and I post videos about health, fitness, and lifestyle. And I feel like the new year always brings about new goals, new habits for a healthy lifestyle, which I thoroughly support. However, unfortunately, what tends to happen is people have these big goals that they want to reach and they stick to them for 1, 2, maybe 3 months, and then they completely go out the window. I know this from working in big box gyms where the months of January and February are like crazy busy with all these new signups, and then months March and April look about the same as they do the year prior. So in today's video, I want to share with you guys some of the healthy habits that I'm trying to capitalize on in this new year. And why I use the word capitalize is because they're not brand new, big goal, healthy habits that I need to do. They're things that I'm sorry. Hey, calm down, lay down. These habits, tips that I wanna share with you guys are things that I've actually started in 2022, maybe done for a long time, but kind of go in and out. I fall off the wagon, maybe I'm not prioritizing them. They're things that I want to prioritize in this new year because they help me to feel my very best. Everything I like to share with you guys is going to be things that are gonna help you to feel healthy and happy in 2023. So, healthy habit number 1 that I want to try to continue is to not drink caffeine until I've been up for at least an hour. This morning, I already chugged myself some of my new favorite herbal tea, which is peach ginger turmeric. I'm a big ginger fan, so that tea I highly recommend, but I did that with a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of stevia. It doesn't break my fast, helps my gut in the morning, and lets my body naturally wake up. I have seen some studies and I have heard that when you have caffeine first thing when you wake up, you're preventing your body from having natural energy. And that is something I was guilty of doing for a very long time. In this new year, something I'm going to continue to do is to wait at least an hour to have my coffee because I did notice good benefits. I did notice that I was waking up naturally, had natural energy, and wasn't crashing later in the day. And therefore, this is a healthy habit I'm going to continue to prioritize this new year. Number 2, the second thing that I'm gonna work on prioritizing this new year is having a lot of fiber in my diet. Me and Ronnie tend to eat pretty healthy because we cook a lot at home and we go get fresh groceries and try to eat mostly whole foods. But sometimes when I'm like in a rush, I do forget to add fibrous foods into my diet. For instance, I might make a meal prep that's rice and chicken, but there's no thing like spinach or a veggie or anything like that that's giving me fiber. So that's something I wanna try and prioritize. It doesn't take me any more time to put that into my meal prep lunches. It's just something I've been kind of missing and I feel like I could really capitalize on. Fiber is just so good for your system. It really helps your digestion. And one of my big focuses this new year is taking care of my gut. Your gut is so important and really helps with your overall body function and how you're gonna feel. So if you're someone who has been slacking on the fiber, I encourage add that into your diet wherever you can. It's time for me to head to the gym. And that brings up the third thing that I'm loving and so excited about, and that is having an actual good, solid game plan. I'm running one of the Mind Pump programs for the very first time, which is so exciting. If you guys aren't familiar with them, I highly recommend you check them out. They are my absolute favorite podcast. I learned so much of them. They are health and fitness based and just have a lot of research and experience to back up what they talk about, and they have created several programs. So I'm finally running my first one and following that to a T. I'm super excited to see what happens with that. It's a 9-week program and today's gonna be day 2 of the whole thing. So I'm excited to have an actual game plan. In the past, I've programmed for myself and I do feel like my programming has been really effective. That's where I've created a Stronger Than You Know program. If you guys haven't checked that out, definitely check that out. That's what I followed when I gained a ton of muscle on my body. So I'm confident in my ability to program and I have been following good workout protocol to be able to build muscle on my body. However, because I do also create a lot for clients and whatnot, sometimes it's kind of fun to check out someone else's program and have it laid out for me for when I go to the gym. And so that's what we're doing, staying consistent with the program. For me, this is my new MAPS anabolic program that I'm running and I'm so excited. So I'm gonna get after it. It's time to share with you guys the fourth thing I'm prioritizing this new year, and that is to get in 8K to 10K steps a day. I honestly notice a huge difference in my body when I have a higher step count. I just feel overall better in so many different ways. I actually just posted a reel about this, so you guys don't follow me on Instagram. I post so much more here on the daily, but this reel is just sharing all the benefits you guys can get from walking. And there's a lot, and this is just a few to name a few, but I totally notice the difference and I think it's so worth it. So just being conscious of how much I'm moving during the day. This is a lot easier for me when the weather's nice outside because I like to go for walks outside, and it's harder in the winter time. So just keeping that up the next few months, because I know it's gonna get easier once spring and summer hits. The fifth thing, which is going to be trying new recipes and new foods. I wanna keep it interesting because we cook so much and we do like pretty similar foods. We tend, I'm gonna say me, I tend to fall into making like the same exact things week in and week out, which isn't bad. They're good recipes, but just adding in new ingredients. So for instance, last night I made us like a Mexican bowl. It had quinoa, black beans, ground beef, avocado, salsa, but something new I threw in. I just cut up some fresh jalapeno and sauteed that in with the meat. Something I don't normally do, but adds a little bit of flavor in this household. We love the spice, so having different things like that. So for my lunch today, we have some leftover salmon. If you guys don't already know, I'm all about the leftovers to make things easy. So I'm gonna eat this salmon up, but I'm gonna cook some pasta with it, but not just your ordinary pasta. If you guys don't know, I am affiliated with the brand PROZIS, and I love a lot of their products. They have everything in the health and fitness industry you could think of, including chickpea pasta, which is so cool because it's just made out of chickpeas, and so it has a good amount of protein in it, and it doesn't have a bunch of crap. Like literally 100% organic chickpeas. Now I haven't tried it yet, so I'm excited to see what this tastes like, but giving some new things a shot like this into my diet just to keep things interesting. Let's cook it up and let you know if it's any good. If it is, use code JUSTPROGRESS at checkout for 10% off. So here's the dealio on the pasta. Y'all probably thought it looked a little funny, because it does. Because I'm thinking that this kind of pasta does not have to be cooked nearly as long as regular pasta. I didn't cook this stuff like that long at all, and it was like falling apart. So it fell apart. Aesthetically, does not look good. How it tastes, definitely has a different taste and a little bit different texture than normal pasta, but I like it, to be honest. I don't think it's bad at all. I don't think it's that different. It just probably needs to be cooked for like 5 minutes, which is awesome because this is going to make a quick, healthy, protein-packed lunch. I literally added shrimp, salmon, the pasta has protein, some greens. In total, this probably took me 15 minutes, and it probably could have taken less. Now that is because I had the salmon cooked, but if you just did the shrimp pasta, super, super fast, easy, delicious meal. So healthy habit number 5 is going to be try new recipes, try new food items, and get creative in the kitchen. Off to gem number 2, and that brings me to my next healthy habit, and that is to continue to listen to more podcasts that help to feed my soul and my mind, help me to learn. My current favorite, and probably will be favorite for a long time because they create so many episodes, is Mind Pump. I love to learn and kind of get my personal training, nutrition, learning in as I drive to work or drive to the gym to train my clients. It just puts me in a good spot. So I'm gonna just click their latest episode, which is titled The Truth About the Carnivore Diet, How to Properly Retract Your Shoulder Blades When Lifting, the benefits of adding deload weeks into your training, and more. So if you guys aren't familiar, I highly recommend you checking them out and utilizing some of your time like driving to feed your mind, feed your soul with something like a podcast. So my last few healthy habits are all going to be wrapped into one now that it is the end of the day. It is currently 8:30 and we like to wrap things up around this time. We actually take martial arts, if you guys haven't heard. So we got back from that class. I made myself some nighttime tea. I absolutely love having tea at night. I feel like it calms me mentally, but also helps me with digestion. So I really like to have like sleepy time teas or things that have more anti-inflammatory properties. So like lemon ginger tea is one of my favorites, but that's a little bit stronger of a flavor. And then I also like to have chamomile if I feel like I need to calm down. So my 7th thing I like to do, healthy habit for this new year, is to make sure I'm having tea at night. Number 8 is going to be coming in and making my sleep environment set up for me to be able to have quality sleep. Sleep is a game changer and is so important in your overall health. If you guys are missing out on your sleep, you're missing out on so much. So we want to make sure we set up everything to be able to have quality sleep. That means dimming my lights, making my melatonin naturally start to produce, having one light on, maybe 2, nothing super bright. Because it's currently winter, we won't do this year round, but turning on a heater blanket to make it nice and cozy. Probably when it starts to get a little bit cool outside and warmer in the house, we'll open up windows. Basically, tip number 8 and healthy habit number 8 I'm going to prioritize is making my sleep environment set up for me to have successful sleep and feel relaxed. The next thing I'm going to do before I go to bed is put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I recently started this and want to continue this whole new year because sometimes when I make like posters and things like that, I get random Instagram notifications like throughout the night and my phone lights up, it makes a little buzz and it's just kind of distracting, makes me think about looking at my phone. Instead of having those distractions, I know everybody knows I go to bed early. If anyone needed me, it's not a big deal. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb once it hits around 8:30 or 9 and don't look at that phone for a long time, so that way I can actually go to sleep. That blue light's not good for you. Also, just the distraction of looking and scrolling sometimes isn't healthy for me either, so that's something I'm going to try to avoid this new year. The last but not least healthy habit that I need to implement more than continue, because I'm quite bad about it, because my phone's set to the side, I have my dim lighting, I have my warm blanket, but maybe I'm still not tired. I want to be reading at night. It's really hard for me to read during the day because I just have so many little tasks I could be doing, and so that is something that gets pushed off. But at night it's perfect because I can't be on my phone, I might not be tired, it's time for me to read and get a little bit of knowledge. I personally like nonfiction books, and recently Rodney got really into reading. He does a great job. I personally have actually always hated reading, like not just don't like it, like hated it my whole life. I'm just starting to finally not hate it, but I don't necessarily like it. You know, I'm kind of in that middle ground where I'm like, I want to be a reader, I just don't necessarily like it. So I know I like nonfiction books. I like things like the podcast that I listen to. This book was huge. last year. Like, I heard everybody reading it. Rodney bought it, and so I just started it. It's good so far. Again, I'm just not a big reader, so forcing myself to kind of get into a good routine. This is what I'm currently gonna try to conquer. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I feel like these videos are made really commonly, like 10 healthy habits or my 10 favorite things. They tend to be what I even posted in the past, pretty generic and broad. I feel like drink your water, exercise more, sleep more. So I think that now that that knowledge is out there, I hope these more specific tips for your overall health and well-being will be helpful for you this new year. Things like adding fiber instead of just saying eat more fruits and veg. I think maybe instead of just saying make sure you sleep good, doing things like reading, putting your phone on do not disturb, setting your sleep environment maybe with essential oils, maybe with a sleeping blanket, maybe with dim lighting to help you actually achieve those things. So that was my goal with this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like videos like this, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe so you guys don't miss any future videos. And I will see you next time. Bye. Good night.